tight end, his fullback, he's looking for more and more of that in this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Check 13. Check 13.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
At their own 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And some space here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
17 yards. First down.
Cam fakes the give and keeps it. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 36 yards on the play.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run with Taylor. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Cam Newton keeping it himself from a yard out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson, and he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, A little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. What a run, 79 yards on the punt return. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14. Ravens nothing. Tyrese Fairbairn and the kickoff for Houston.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Watson now to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can. Take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
That's gonna be a long day. Jim. Mike 14. Mike 14.
Alert.
Watson off play action. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Running out of the gun here, Breida. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
14 the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Check 9, check 9. 1, 6, 4, wait. 20 points down, he's coming.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 4th and 1.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Breida. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he's got room. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
After the run, Watson going to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Matt Breida, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A gain there of 30 big ones. He came right off the bench. That's his first carry of the game, and he left an indelible mark on the game.
Did not just bring fresh legs off the bench. He brought a fierce mind.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this time he'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Breida. And an alley to run. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it, 6 points on the board. Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got his target. That's more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
This is Breida. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This time they stay on the ground. Oh, nice move. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. So we have come to halftime in what's already a two-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On first down, Grant. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run with Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Taylor. And he works it. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Mike 14. They're not ready for this. They're not ready for this.
They run again with Breida. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves them with 14 yards still to go on third down. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with third and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Third and long, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line.
No. Out. It's free.
They'll try the air now with Watson. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. 20. There he goes left side. And he will have a touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Texans 42, Ravens 14.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun, buying time to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. They are going for it. Here's Watson, and this is caught. He hits more. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Now Watson, from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Texans scoop it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Texans capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
The extra point is good. Makes the score Texans 49, Ravens 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check. 9. Check hot route. Hot.
Here's Watson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. DJ Moore, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
He can run for it, and he will. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
56, Ravens 21. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. from the gun. Watson looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Watson operating from the gun. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. To try again after the sack, Watson.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Bradley Roby there defensively. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Watson, flush to his right. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of...
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. J.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Let's go, defense. Let's get Mike 14.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Flushed out right. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Texans 56, Ravens 28.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.